Hey. Welcome back to Puynoon Story, where we sip the tea and sometimes spill it all over your emotional carpet. Today's episode is titled The Night, the Glitter Bomb, and Ye Olde Taco Truck. And trust me, it's as unhinged as it sounds. I've got my girl Jessica with me, podcast regular, bad decision survivor, and the only person I know who once ended a date with a churro and minor whiplash. Jessica, welcome back.
Wow, thanks for the glowing intro. And honestly, you're not wrong. This story still doesn't feel real. Like, if I saw it on TikTok, I'd be like, that's staged. But no, this was my actual life.
Oh, we love a real-life fever dream. Okay, take us from the top. Where'd the madness begin?
Alright, so I met this guy Ryan on Hinge. Profile? Solid. Cute, normal smile. Not the kind where you think he might own a sword. Yet. He had one of those bios like, marketing by day, dog dad by night, makes a mean risotto. You know, flirty, but functional.
Okay. So he was giving I own a houseplant energy. Not bad.
Right? We messaged back and forth for like 2 weeks. Super chill. Great banter. He uses punctuation. Correct grammar. Didn't ask me what color underwear I was wearing by day 2. It felt refreshingly adult.
That's already 5 green flags and a national holiday. Proceed.
So, he asks me out. But here's the twist. He says, I want our first date to be something neither of us forgets.
Okay. Now see, that's where it could go 2 ways. Either it's romantic picnic with fairy lights, or it's escape room, but you're the puzzle.
Exactly. So I ask, okay, what are you thinking? And he replies, just trust me. Dress for adventure.
Oh no.
Oh yes. And for reasons I still can't explain, I agreed. Because I thought, hey, maybe it's axe throwing, or like, paddleboarding.
Reasonable assumptions.
Chris, I showed up to a full-on medieval Renaissance Fair. He's waiting at the entrance, wearing a cape and chainmail. I kid you not. He had a foam sword and a goblet.
No.
Yes. And I'm standing there in my cute little Zara dress, thinking, so this is how I die. In front of a funnel cake stand, next to a man who just yelled huzzah at a stranger.
Oh my god. You really lived a fanfiction intro. I'm both impressed and mildly afraid.
And yet, that was just the first 5 minutes. I hadn't even made it past the turkey leg tent.
You guys, buckle up. Because if you think this is wild, you'll have no idea what's coming next. Okay, so you're standing there, confused, underdressed, and slightly alarmed. What happens next?
So he greets me with, I kid you not, a bow. Like a full, one hand on his heart, Shakespearean level bow it. Then he says, matey, you have arrived.
Oh no. We've gone full LARP.
Full LARP mode. He hands me a flower crown and says, you must dress appropriately for the Queen's tourney.
I can't. My soul just left my body.
So I slap that flower crown on, try to smile, and just go with it. We walk through the fair. He's waving at knights like he's a regular. I'm dodging turkey leg grease and people selling dragon eggs made of soap. And then we get to this tent. It's sparkly. Suspicious. There's music playing that sounds like a medieval remix of Doja Cat.
Oh, that's evil. Pure evil.
He goes, "This is the Glitter Oracle. She gives everyone their quest." Before I can say anything, this woman, covered in sequins and stars, grabs my hands and goes, "Ah yes, your journey shall be unexpected."
That's not a reading. That's a threat.
Right? She sprinkles this confetti glitter stuff in my hair, says some rhyming prophecy, and then tosses a little pouch into my purse.
A pouch? Of what?
I didn't look. I was too overwhelmed. Anyway, we leave the tent, and Ryan's like, "Your quest begins now." Then, he challenges some random dude in armor to a duel. Starts yelling for the honor of Lady Jessica.
Stop. Stop it. Was this choreographed?
No, they just went for it. Foam swords flying. Tourists. Someone started a slow clap. I was frozen in shock and covered in glitter.
You were basically in a Renaissance TikTok live.
Exactly. Then, plot twist, Ryan loses. Dramatically. He falls on the ground, looks at me and goes, "Lady, avenge me."
No.
Panicked. So I picked up a sword and tapped the other guy on the shoulder like, "Sir, can we not?" And somehow, that counted. Everyone cheered like one.
So, to summarize, your first date involved cosplay, combat, fortune-telling, and what I assume is now permanent, glitter scalp.
Correct. And it's not over. Because then, we head to the taco truck.
Naturally.
And that is where the night really gets weird.
Okay, so we've had foam swords, glitter prophecy, and your debut as Lady Avenger. Now, you're at a taco truck. What could possibly go wrong?
So we walk over. Me still sparkly, Ryan limping dramatically like he fought a real battle. And the taco truck? It's called Yo Taqueria, spelled with an E at the end. Because of course it is.
Of course. Renaissance, branding, or bust.
We order. I asked for 2 carne asada and a horchata, and the guy behind the window, bless him, goes, "Ah, a fine choice for a lady of status."
Even the taco guy's in on it.
Everyone's LARPing but me. I am the only civilian. So we sit on this wooden bench, him still in chainmail, me trying not to get glitter in my tacos. And then he looks at me, dead serious, and says, "You remind me of my ex."
No. Nope. End credits. Roll the outro music.
Right? I literally choke on my tortilla. I go, "Sorry, what?" And he says, "She used to come here with me." Same sparkle in her eyes.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I didn't feel sparkly. I felt like I'd been dumped in a craft store and handed a sword. Then he starts showing me pictures on his phone of her at the same taco truck in a corset, holding the same horchata I'm currently drinking.
I'm gonna pass out. This man brought you on his annual medieval ex-girlfriend reenactment tour.
Exactly. And then, plot twist, he waves at her.
What? She's there.
Oh, she's there, walking over, with a soft pretzel, wearing a flower crown that looks suspiciously identical to mine.
Stop. Stop. Did this man clone the date?
He did. She comes over like, "Hey Ryan." Then looks at me like, "Oh, you must be Jessica." And I'm sitting there, holding my glitter taco like, am I on a prank show?
This is not a date. This is performance art.
And then she goes, "We picked out your outfit together." Like it's completely normal.
Wait. Hold on. She helped him dress you.
They still collaborate on his dates. They're like divorced parents trying to impress the next stepmom.
I would have unalived myself right there next to the party balloons.
Ryan says, "We're just really good friends, like siblings." And I'm like, "Sir?" No one brings their sister to choose outfits for their date with another girl.
Max, this is friendship delusion at its peak.
He says, "They've just always been close." And he values her opinion. Meanwhile, she's adjusting my flower crown like I'm her doll.
Oh!
I was one confessional away from being on The Bachelor. Fantasy Fair Edition.
I'm screaming. You thought you signed up for a first date. But really, you got cast in their emotional fear.
Exactly. At that point, I just smiled, nodded, and mentally launched myself into the Renaissance void. Exactly. At that point, I just smiled, nodded, and mentally launched myself into the Renaissance void. I mumbled some excuse about needing to take a call, something vague like, "Oh no, my, roommate's dragon escaped," and I booked it. Straight past the jousting arena, covered in glitter, holding my sad little horchata.
You fake phone called your way out of a medieval, emotional menage a trois.
I did. I Ubered home, took the world's longest shower, and swore I'd delete Hinge forever. But then, the next day, I get a DM.
From Ryan.
No, from his ex.
Oh!
Yup. Flower Crown McTwilight herself.
No?
She writes, "Hey, just checking in. Are you okay?" He does this a lot.
Wait.
That's not even the wild part. She goes, "Actually, adding you to the group chat. You're not alone." And boom. Suddenly, I'm in a group message called Birthday Survivors Club.
Stop.
12 other girls. All of us, apparently, first dates that took place on her birthday weekend, at the same Renaissance Fair. Every single year.
This man's been recycling dates like he's saving the planet.
And guess, they have matching shirts. One girl sent a pic. Black tank top, pink medieval font. It says, "I survived ye olde situationship."
I'm sobbing. This is a Netflix limited series. Medieval Misfire. The Ryan Chronicles.
Right? They've got brunch plans now. A shared Google Drive folder. One girl made memes. And one of them started dating another girl from the group. They're adorable.
So, wait. You didn't get a boyfriend, but you did get a squad?
Exactly. I went looking for love. But I found 11 fabulous women, a matching tea, and a new brunch tradition called fairy tales and French toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of this story?
Sometimes heartbreak leads to group chat glory.
Sometimes heartbreak leads to group chat glory.
And if a man ever says, You'd get along great with my ex. Run, don't. No, actually. Grab your tacos first, then run.
You heard it here first, folks. Dating apps may be cursed, but friendship? That's the real plot twist. If this story made you laugh, gasp, or immediately check your group chat history, go ahead and hit that follow button. Drop us a 5-star rating, and send this episode to the most chaotic friend you've got. You know the one. And hey, if you've ever escaped a date covered in glitter and holding horchata, slide into our DMs. We're always here for a good story, especially if it ends in brunch. Until next time, this has been Puynoon's story. Stay fabulous, stay weird, and remember, always grab tacos before you run.